Well, hello everybody. You may or may not know, but our sale team has combined for the last couple months, actually divided into two different groups to tackle two things that have been weighing on our mind. One of those is regarding flexible learning spaces, and the other group met to discuss personalized professional learning. And they've been working on this with a couple different students who are also going to be able to explain some of the work regarding the flexible learning spaces. So just to give you a little bit of background, starting in November, there were some team members on the SAIL team who decided that they wanted to spend some time investigating primarily two areas of flexible learning spaces. One being the Hawk Pride Room, which is the staff lounge, and the other being the cafeteria. I have Jeremy Kazitsky and I have Olivia Montgomery, two students who've helped kind of look at the cafeteria in particular that are going to talk a little bit with you about the cafeteria. But regarding the personalized professional learning, another group on the SAIL team met during the months of November and December to kind of look at what could that look like and what are some of the goals. And we really, for both teams, flexible learning spaces, and personalized professional learning, really dreamt big, meaning without any boundaries, what would we ideally like to see happen? And so what we're doing here is pitching our ideas to you, and afterward a SAIL team member in your PLC that represents will be able to gather some of your input moving forward. So right now I'm going to hand it off to Jeremy Kazitsky and Olivia Montgomery.
Auditorium for lunch. The auditorium could be a room that kids can earn to watch a movie during lunch hour. Not everyday kids would be able to go in there. Only certain days people could. The way you'd have to earn to go in there is with tickets. If you had a certain amount of tickets, you could buy the movie tickets, like on Tuesday, during the school store.
The auditorium would not just be used for entertainment purposes, but also for education. Teachers could bring their students into the auditorium for a presentation or at least one comforting presentation. The band room also uses the auditorium, but the movies are only on certain days.
The charging station. The charging station is an area where you can charge your iPad and sit in comfortable spots with your friends. Like the auditorium, you need to pay an amount of tickets to go there. There would be a TV there to watch a channel that people have agreed that they want to watch.
The charging station doesn't necessarily need to be used for education, but can be used for an area where a group of kids can go for a project. If they need to, they can also charge their iPads.
Hot chocolate stand. The hot chocolate stand can be used to get hot chocolate when it is cold out. The stand will only be up during the winter. You can get hot chocolate using your lunch account money. The stand would be located next to the elevator. You would have a kid volunteer to work at the stand.
The tables in the cafeteria would be the biggest change. We did all of the math and it would work. A reason that we had circle tables instead of rectangle tables is that people can see each other and don't need to get up, which is less stressful to the supervisors.
Regarding the staff lounge, so the team members on the SAIL team that were part of Flexible Learning Spaces that tackled the staff lounge were able to kind of glean some ideas about thinking in terms of what kind of place would they want to have that they could go lounge in as well as collaborate for PLCs or just relaxing. As well as to eat their lunches. And so there was a plan put in place to address some of those things with what you see here is kind of some sketches using Google SketchUp that they worked on to kind of redesign that space. So looking at it, dinosaur not included, but you'll see here that there are a variety of different kinds of seating and all of them are flexible. They still have a space where you can go kind of privately. The chairs that you see that are kind of in a bar stool area, those are kind of like a counter space area where you could work individually but also eat your lunch if you wanted to. There's also a section where when you walk in, the Dream Big sign is posted there. That's what students would see when they're walking past, some sort of motivational message, but it also kind of gives a barrier so that you can't see directly into the lounge. It kind of sections it off a little bit. You can also see that there are some booth spaces. Sometimes maybe a PLC might want to work there if you have a small group that's working or maybe just eating lunch. You can also see underneath the big, large white light that they've got some lounge spaces as well with a TV that we could put in there for flexible movement about the room, as well as a whiteboard space. The lighting is designed to be would you call that fluorescent? Non-fluorescent lighting, so it's a little bit more calm. And those booths that you sort of see, those flexible couches, those do move. And you can kind of see the furniture for the appliances still would remain there, so you still have an area where you can heat up your lunch and store your lunches as appropriate or any other kinds of food items. This is kind of an overhead view looking down, so you can kind of see the different kinds of spaces that they have. Some of this furniture also was used to be purchased for flight, so you can kind of see what it might look like and maybe test it out at your own leisure. And again, you can kind of see some of the other spaces up close. Again, wheels on the chairs, movable tables. The booths are, I think, fixed. The lounge sofas, again, those are able to be moved, as well as the whiteboard space to be able to do some brainstorming. And of course, an area to display your work through media with a movable TV and Apple TV.
All right, and then there was another action team that worked on personalizing our professional development. And we're working towards that already with the pineapple chartboard and trying to encourage more people to go into classrooms and to see what's happening. We're also, you can see the third bullet point to the bottom, we would really like to do an unconference on January 24th, and you'll hear more information about that in an upcoming faculty meeting. When it comes to the personalized PD, we're trying to really mimic what we'd like to see with students and have teachers go through the same sort of procedure where they can learn about things that really interest them, big questions that they have, and then that's how we would set up our professional development. So your turn is to reflect and share your ideas when it comes to the flexible learning spaces and also the personalized professional development. So there is going to be a Google form that a representative in your PLC is going to share with you. Please thoughtfully submit your ideas on that Google form, and then that will go back to our SAIL action team, and we will continue to move the work forward.